Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we are counting down the top 10 worst battles from the Pokemon anime. These battles consist of bad writing, rushed battling, and just lack of any consistency. Also, these battles have had to have some sort of impact on the anime, not just one-off battles where we only see a couple of attacks before it's over. But I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by my friend Luap to help with the list.
Yo, it's your boy Luap. Thank you so much to Niall for having me on this video. It's a big pleasure, especially as a fan myself. The Pokemon anime has featured a lot of battles, both good and bad, and in this video we will talk about the battles that just aren't as good. Because of the nature of the show, the battles that had some sort of impact on it are usually featuring Ash, so expect lots of Ash battles to make this list.
Be sure to give him a subscribe, as he is an amazing content creator who posts fantastic reviews and discussions every week. And look out for another top 10 video that we'll be doing over on his channel. So kicking us off at number 10 is Ash vs Brandon, the first battle. So when you say Ash vs Brandon, you don't really think of the worst battles. However, this battle was pretty bad in terms of story. Ash finally reached the battle pyramid, but let's just say he wasn't quite feeling himself, as he was possessed by an evil spirit of an ancient king. This episode wasn't bad by any means. It made for some really funny moments and some wild moments. But as for the battle itself, it was a bit underwhelming and disappointing for Ash's first ever battle with Brandon to be cut short due to Ash not even being in control. Ash used Sceptile and the evil spirit inside him started playing dirty, commanding Sceptile to stand behind the referee and make the building fall down on Brandon's Pokemon. It was just a really wacky episode. It made for some fun moments, but the fact that Ash didn't get to have a proper battle with Brandon after this was disappointing, and Brandon just left at the end of the episode.
The first ever gym battle that we got to witness in the history of the anime easily cracks our top 10 list. Just 2 weeks after starting his adventure with Pikachu, Ash arrived at Pewter City and challenged Brock to a gym battle. The battle was a 2-on-2 battle, with Brock starting with his signature Onix and Ash sending out Pikachu, albeit reluctantly. Pikachu fired a couple of quick thunder shocks, but it was completely ineffective against the ground type Snake. After a quick bind attack from Onix, Ash forfeited the battle due to not wanting to see Pikachu suffer. At least we got to see Ash for the first time ever trying to recall Pikachu into its Pokeball during a battle. I get that they wanted to show us how strong gym leaders are supposed to be, especially this early in the series, but it could have been handled so much better with just a normal 2-on-2 battle and him getting destroyed. I think that he gave up way too early for what otherwise could have been an understandable loss. Not to mention that he just got a little power boost by doing some training in the water plant just to go and one-shot Geodude, who is also a ground type, in the same episode. Overall, it just made no sense and they ruined what could have otherwise been a fantastic first gym battle.
Coming in number 8 is Ash vs Elesa. A very famous battle here. When people say Ash's worst battle ever, this one often jumps to the top of people's minds. However, I always disagree. This battle deserves to be on this list, no doubt, but it's not the worst in my opinion. So famously, Ash chooses to act really out of character in this episode and decides to only bring one Pokemon to a 3-on-3 battle. He brings Palpitoad as it's not affected by electric type moves, so Ash was clearly trying to battle with his head way too much, and that's very unlike him. However, I can appreciate what the writers were trying to do here. I've seen this plot point in other anime done, and it usually works. The main character who battles with their heart is trying to battle with their head instead, and it ends up backfiring. But it didn't quite work here for Ash, as it was a bit too out of character. Also, people overlook how important Pikachu was in this episode. You could see how annoyed Pikachu was getting with Ash, and then he ends up shocking him back to his old self, and then of course Pikachu goes on to actually win Ash the battle. After a shaky start in Unova, this was by far one of Pikachu's best battles, taking down Emolga and Tynamo in great fashion. So overall, this battle had to make the list, but I wanted to give it some credit for what it was trying to do as well, rather than just slate it like most people seem to do.
At number 7, we have Ash vs Lenora with their first battle. 15 episodes into the Black and White series, Ash was keen to earn his second gym badge of the region. If you have watched Pokemon before, you know that Ash doesn't have a good track record of beating normal type gym leaders on his first try. This battle was a 2-on-2 battle, starting with Lenora's Lillipup going against Ash's Tepig. Lillipup goes for the roar, forcing out Oshawott against Ash's will, and Lenora quickly swaps for Watchdog to use Mean Look and go for the Wombo combo. Because Oshawott wasn't ready for a battle, it didn't try its best and was easily defeated by Watchog. Lillipup then proceeded to easily knock out Tepig, causing Ash to lose yet another battle to a normal type gym leader. Ash's defeat just caused him to go to Don George to give him a strategy and train his Pokemon in, let's just say, an unorthodox way. On top of this, in the rematch he barely fared any better, and had Roar switch into any other Pokemon besides Oshawott, he might have lost that one too.
Number 6 is the second battle between Ash and Sabrina. So a lot of Ash's Kanto gym battles were kinda wacky, and this one is definitely up there with one of the weirdest. Ash had 2 gym battles with Sabrina, and the first one ends in him and the gang being turned into dolls, and they head off to Lavender Town to catch a ghost type, and Ash even manages to bring back Haunter. But unfortunately for Ash, Haunter keeps running away, but as Ash is there in the gym, Pikachu has no choice but to fight. This battle wasn't good at all. There was barely any moves, but Haunter shows back up and makes Sabrina laugh, rendering Kadabra unable to battle as it's laughing too much with Sabrina. That's right, Ash won this battle with humour. I think this one is definitely one of the worst battles. Of course it has its comedic moments, but the lack of battling and the way that Ash actually wins is just ridiculous. So this one's pretty bad.
At number 5 we have a rather infamous battle, that being Ash vs Watson. Is there much to say? The battle starts off with an overconfident Watson disclosing the Pokemon he's going to use before the battle begins. He says he's going to use Magnemite, Voltorb, and Magneton, which first of all is already a shame that he doesn't have a Generation 3 Pokemon to show off like his signature Manectric. On top of this, Pikachu goes on Ash's side and proceeds to one-shot each of Watson's Pokemon one after the other. I wouldn't personally find this battle to be so bad had it been the first gym battle of the region, but this was already the third. They could have fixed this battle a little bit by having Pikachu be the second or third Pokemon on Ash's side. But no, it was literally just handed to Ash with basically no effort whatsoever.
4th spot is Ash vs Richie, another one of Ash's famous losses that people would probably assume could come in at number 1. This battle is similar to the Eliza battle, where I kind of get what they were going for on a narrative standpoint, but maybe it wasn't executed the best. I'm always mixed on this battle because I love the fact that Charizard disobeys Ash. It helped Charizard's development and story continue on. And for your strongest Pokemon to disobey you at a major Pokemon League on TV in front of everyone, it was a big wake up call for Ash. He really needed this at this point because he wasn't the most capable trainer. He needed something to really show him he needs to improve, and I love this moment for that alone. However, the battle just sucks. It was cut short because Team Rocket took up 15 minutes of the episode, so there was barely any battle action. It was rushed, sloppy, and just wasn't fun to watch. Charizard not obeying Ash could be forgiven if the battle before it was well earned, but it wasn't, so I get why people were so mad that this battle went the way it did, and we desperately need a proper rematch between these two because this was a sour note to end Ash's first league run. In 3rd place is Ash vs Team Rocket, the gym battle. Another rushed mess of a battle here coming out of Kanto. Ash's final badge. The episode itself was decent, showing off Mewtwo and Giovanni taking down Gary, but the fact that they set up Giovanni to own a Mewtwo meant that Ash would never be able to win his 8th badge properly. I would have preferred if Ash got a real battle for his 8th badge and not a 3-on-3 mess against Team Rocket. The battle was all over the place. I'm pretty sure it was breaking every gym leader's rules anyway, and I'm sure the writers could have made a way to have Ash battle Giovanni maybe after Mewtwo leaves and then he's battling a weakened Giovanni who has just lost to Mewtwo. It would have been more satisfying than seeing Ash wipe the floor with the trio that we see him beat all the time. Yeah, they're using stronger Pokemon, but the battle is just a scrappy mess and we deserved better for our final Kanto badge.
The penultimate battle has to go to Ash versus Vacation. Versus Trip. So yeah, what's not to say about this terrible battle that hasn't already been said in the past? With Ash going to Unova, they decided to wipe his slate clean. Of course, this was a parallel to the Black and White games coming along, where they weren't going to include any Pokemon from prior generations in the main game, as a way to kind of make the generation, well, new. That being said, this battle was weird because of course Pikachu wasn't able to use electric powers due to some plot stuff that happened earlier in the episode. However, Pikachu had just been on the cusp of winning the Sinnoh League just a few episodes prior, so he shouldn't have had to use electric type moves to beat a trainer with minimal experience and one who had just received a starter Pokemon. This battle should have had Ash win even from a narrative perspective, as Trip was looking down on Ash because he was a trainer from Kanto and therefore thought of him as an inferior trainer. In my opinion, they really handled this first battle of the region very poorly, and it's no wonder why this battle is always considered to be one of the worst in the series, period.
But coming in first place as the worst battle is Ash vs Cress. So Ash's character clearly took a turn in Unova. You could tell after his loss to Trip that the writers decided to reset him slightly, but the worst battle for me was him against Cress. The whole Striaton gym challenge was backwards in my opinion. Ash won battles that he should have lost and lost battles that he should have won. They just made such a mess of this whole gym situation. Ash didn't even need to battle all 3 of them, he only needed to battle 1, but he chooses to battle all 3 and then proceeds to make a mess of it. But the battle between Pikachu and Panpour was executed so poorly. It was like Pikachu had completely forgotten how to battle. It weren't using its moves how it usually does, it wasn't using its speed to its advantage. After failing to land a Volt Tackle, Panpour finished Pikachu with a simple Water Gun. It was just the most basic battle ever. Yes, Pikachu has lost first gym battles in the past, even in Kalos against Surskit, but that battle was so much better, it had more depth, it had an actual battle plan. This battle was just Panpour being stronger than Pikachu, which made no sense narratively, as Pikachu had just taken down a Latios 7 episodes earlier. And after watching Ash and Pikachu's journey for so many years at this point, it just felt like such a slap in the face, and in my opinion this is the worst battle in the anime. Sloppy battles can be forgiven, early battles can be forgiven, but at this point Pikachu with the type advantage should easily be taking down Panpour, and that's why it comes in at number 1 as the worst battle. So that is our list of the 10 worst Pokemon anime battles. Be sure to let us know what you thought of the list and what the worst battle is in your opinion. And a massive thank you to Luap for joining me on today's video. Be sure to check out his channel and give him a subscribe.
Again guys, thank you so much for making it all the way through this video. It was extremely fun to collab and make this video for you guys. I highly encourage you guys to hit the subscribe button and go to my channel and do the same. Me and Niall are working on a different video that'll go on my channel in a couple of weeks, and I'm sure you guys don't want to miss that one, so see you guys over there.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.